thin does not mean fit. It's strange to me that in a society that's so obsessed over physical appearance that we've actually become the fattest country in the world. The most likely explanation for this is the increasing pressure to become America's next top model. However, this is an unrealistic goal for a large portion of Americans. As a matter of fact, many people will make unhealthy choices in order to obtain those goals rather than working towards overall health. If we are to take back control of our lives when it comes to health, we have to understand a couple of things. First, we have to understand what we perceive as being healthy and fit. And second, we have to realize what our personal reality is. Now let's start with perceptions. Now we all watch TV, go to movies, and read magazines. And then we get that twinge of jealousy at what we see. I'm guilty of it. However, what most people don't understand is what goes on behind the scenes in order to get that person to look the way they do. Now, the first group we have to eliminate are the group of people that have what's called the Hollywood genes. Now, this phrase was coined by a dietitian on the Oprah show. Basically, what it means is these are the people we all hate. You know, they eat all they want, they sit around and watch TV for 13 hours a day, and they still stay thin. It doesn't matter what they do, they're just naturally thin. Now, this is all genetics, and it's unrealistic for anybody try to compare themselves with this group of people unless they have those Hollywood genes. The second group of actors and actresses that we need to deal with are the everyday ones that we may relate with more. Now, you have to understand that actors and actresses get paid to work out. When they sign a contract with the studio, they are promising that they will provide the body and physique that studio requires for that movie. Now, some examples of this would be Robert De Niro in Raging Bull, where he had to gain 20 pounds of weight to play the aging boxer, or Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man, where he had to do the before and after scenes of after he was bitten by the spider, and he had that dramatic transformation. Now, studios, on the other hand, are going to ensure they get the physique that they need for the movies that they make. So in order to do this, they will provide the resources for these actors and actresses to maintain these goals. These resources range from personal trainers all the way to personal chefs. Now, I don't know about many people, but I found very few jobs that will actually pay you to go to the gym and work out. And a personal chef, I don't have that in my budget. And it's unrealistic to ask anybody, average person in America, to pay for someone to prepare their meals for them. Now, this third group are the group of people that we see in fashion and health and fitness magazines. Fashion magazines such as Vogue and Bazaar take models who are already on a Diet Coke and cigarette diet, and they take pictures of them and send them to a photo lab where they're airbrushed to get rid of any imperfections in their skin, to make them thinner and make them overall healthier looking. Now, no one can compete with someone with an imagination behind a keyboard. Once again, this is an unrealistic goal for anybody to meet. Health and fitness magazines such as Flex and Muscle and Fitness, they depict these men on the cover with huge bulging muscles and ripped abs, and on the side they say if you do this workout routine then you can meet these goals too. Now, looking at this from the outside, you're looking at these magazines saying, hey, this guy is really fit, he's really ripped, and he's got to be healthy and fit to have that. However, you'd be surprised to find out that many of these bodybuilders actually have a lot of underlying health issues. The reason being is that in order for them to hit that goal of that size they want to be, is that they're pushing so many powders and supplements into their system that they actually start having organ failure. In an article in the New York Times by Katie Thomas, It actually links bodybuilders and kidney disease and renal failure with steroid use. Now that I've crushed a lot of dreams as far as what we perceive as being healthy, now let's start talking about realistic personal realities when it comes to health and fitness. The first one being that powders and supplements do not work. If you look at any advertisement, you'll see one of two things. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll read either results not typical or in combination with diet and exercise. Now, if these products actually worked, this verbiage would not be there. Why? Because results would be typical and you would not have to combine it with anything. Whether you combined it with diet, exercise, or you didn't, you would still see results. So supplementation does not work. The second thing we have to look at is the fact that not everybody is meant to be a size 0. Being healthy and fit is subjective depending on what you're trying to do and what you're capable of and what your genetics are. Now let me explain this. Right, I'm 6'4". I weigh roughly around 250 pounds. All right, I've been running for 9 years. As a matter of fact, I've even run 2 marathons in those 9 years. However, no matter what kind of exercise routine I do, how I change it up, I am still one of the slowest runners in my company. It doesn't matter what I've done. However, I can put on muscle mass very fast. I can build up a lot of strength, put on a lot of muscle mass in a very short amount of time. Now my friend Corey, he's only 5'9" and weighs about 165 pounds. Now he struggles to put on muscle mass to get stronger, but he can run a 12-minute 2-mile without even really trying. So that's what I'm talking about as far as what your genetics will do. People have different genetics that allow them to do certain things easily while they struggle with others. And that's something that everybody has to find out for themselves. The third thing that we need to address is that you have to eat. Nutrition and activity are essential in order to maintain good health. Let's face it, food tastes good. I enjoy food. Alright, now you can go and do the powders where you're replacing meals instead of that, but why would you do that unless you want to do that forever? That's the only way those things work, is if you are drinking those powder drinks forever. Alright. If you live to be 150 years old, what's the point if you lived it being miserable and hungry? The second part of that thing is activity. We all have to be active. You know, I don't like running. It hurts my knees. But there are other activities you can do to stay active. You don't have to do those certain regimented exercises. For a list of those types of exercises and the calories that you can burn doing different activities, you can go on the website by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. It has a whole list of those types of activities. The main thing is that you have to eat and you have to stay active. In conclusion, we've talked about perceptions of what health is. Superstars, models, fitness guru, fitness magazines, how they're full, they use a lot of supplementation and powders, but they're not really healthy. Actors, actresses, they get paid to work out. Studios pay money for them to have personal trainers and personal chefs. Fitness or models, you know, they smoke cigarettes and drink Diet Coke in order to stay thin, and yet they're still not thin enough for fashion magazines. Now, we've also talked about a lot of the harsh realities, such as the fact that supplementation doesn't work. Nothing's going to replace nutrition and exercise. It's just a harsh reality. Second of all, you have to stay active. Without activity, you're not going to get anywhere. And third, and the last thing, is the fact that, you know, we're not all meant to be that 5'9", 165-pound a speedy guy, just like we're not all going to be tall, muscular people. We're all different. Now, if we all look at this and take a really harsh look at our own personal reality, then we can get back on track with everybody being more healthy and decreasing the country's obesity rate.